I might have figured out my favorite gardening hack, and you probably have it at home. I was at the hydro shop the other day and I was talking to the guys that work there about what the current cannabis growers are using to get rid of spider mites. It's always a problem in that industry. So they pointed me to a couple $110, $150 gallons of product, and I looked at the active ingredients. And what I found is that a lot of the active ingredients were pretty much oils for spider mite control. Typically mineral oil, soybean oil, or some type of corn oil. So I left the $100 per gallon pesticides there, and I came back to our greenhouse here and I knew I had a cheap olive oil. But if you look at the active ingredients or the main ingredients, it's actually canola oil and then some extra virgin olive oil. As you can see, it's a really clear, a little bit of color and not a lot of taste oil. So I decided to test this out on my plants, and honestly, the results are very addictive. So far, the anthuriums and alocasias are really loving it. The shine that's coming to the leaves and the spider mite knockdown is incredible. The oil works by clogging the mouths typically and the pores of the bugs as well as the eggs. And I tested this for a few weeks before I decided to show you guys just to make sure it's safe. Look at this dragon scale, the unfurling half moon. So waxy and glossy, and the new growth is coming out super happy. But it's very important how you mix oil and water because they naturally don't mix. So I'll show you guys that. But take a look at some of the leaves. Look at how waxy the plants get from the olive oil. It's like a protective coating on the surface, and it hasn't hindered the growth at all, and just makes me a lot happier to look at the plants, honestly. I feel like this ghost is absolutely thriving with the foliar spray. And the monsteras get a sheen on them that is, again, just very addictive to look at because they seem so waxy. It's like a leaf shine and a pesticide all in one. This is one of my favorite monstera leaves here. So when I was analyzing the ingredients in these expensive gallons of spider mite control, there was always oil and then an emulsifier. Using about 1 ounce of oil per gallon of water, it's very easy to see that oil and water don't mix. But soap is your emulsifier. It essentially allows the oil and water to combine. So we use a few drops of soap, and when you mix it around, this becomes the perfect insecticide and effectively like a leaf shine for your plants. Now you need to test the oil on a few specific plants before you apply it to all your plants. I've also been adding in a little fertilizer to my foliar spray, about 1 ml per quart of water of leaf lux. And of course some BTI for fungus gnat control. And then this stuff, which is quite expensive, this is neem with azadirachtin. I talk about it a lot. Look at the active ingredient, 3% azadirachtin. This is, I think, like $150 per quart. It's pretty expensive. But when you combine the neem oil with some type of mineral oil or a canola oil, you can also try out an olive oil, as the title suggests, but test it on a few different plants. This we used 9 mLs per quart of water. Look at this majestic, absolutely loving it. And the amount of spider mites I've found around the greenhouse after starting this combination spray has gone down dramatically. So I hope you guys enjoy this hack. It really has been a game changer for me in dealing with bugs in the greenhouse. I really appreciate you guys watching. Make sure to click subscribe and like the video, and we'll see you next week for another video about plants.